Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today, Double Helix is having a difficult time. As always, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go Gold Stake Abandon deck. First boss is clubs. First round, there's some clubs, so keep the clubs, discard the clubs. Something that we do sometimes is we discard the low cards. Even if we have 4 clubs, maybe discard the low cards, try to get a better flush in a different suit, a one-shot flush. If we are playing on the abandoned deck, we don't have the face card, so harder for us to get the one-shot flush. Probably we keep these, excepting we can get the low flush first, and then we can follow up with usually 2 pair if it's low enough. How about that? Could be this flush with the ace, I guess. It's just that easy. Okay, Shoot the Moon, not going to work for us on the abandoned deck. We don't have any queens, so easy buffoon pack here. Could be trading card, could be Eternal Rental Satellite, easy trading card. Do we want a Jupiter card? So in the big blind, what is the typical strategy? Typical strategy is we go for maybe some kind of 5-card hand, could be a flush, could be a straight. Very rarely you get a full house, but let's say you get a flush and then you follow up with a couple of pairs, could be 3 of a kind or something like that. If I'm using one of my discards for the trading card, then maybe more difficult for us to get the hand. Maybe you get 1 flush, but then you don't get a second follow-up hand, and then you lose, maybe. Maybe we take the Jupiter card and that allows us to one-shot the big blind, even if we get a low flush, even if we get low cards. With the trading card, removing cards from our deck, maybe flushes, that could be a thing that we do long-term. Probably not, but it could be. And then also, I guess the flush level helps us against the boss, so I guess I'd take a Jupiter card here. Maybe acknowledging if trading card is also giving me $3 per round, I have extra money, and with that extra money I can probably afford planet card. Let's go next. So now maybe 3 of hearts. Maybe if this boss is clubs, we build around clubs. Maybe we remove the red cards in case we get a blackboard. Snap off the 3 here, and then could be diamonds as a flush. We do not have a flush, we could play the pair instead. And then there you go. Okay, so this wins because we have the level 2 flush, even though this is a kind of low flush. If this didn't win, if we didn't have the level 2 flush, we would have 2 hands left over to try to get the remaining 100 points or 150 points or whatever it is. Good thing we got that flush level, I guess. Acknowledging, again, with the trading card here, we are losing 1 discard each round. Alright, could be Drunkard is pretty good with the trading card, except it does take up a Joker slot. Probably we just take a holographic here for some short-term scoring. It is Eternal, so maybe Shoot the Moon is not that great on the abandoned deck, but probably Eternal is fine. Just to take the holographic to help us survive in the short term. Let's go next. So now I know for sure I can survive the next 3 rounds. Here, I guess 3 of diamonds. We already removed a 3 of hearts. We can snap off a 3. And then 2 pair with holographic. Does that win? It might win. A pair doesn't win, 2 pair does win, I think. But let's go for the flush anyway. Maybe we can get a telescope or supernova, maybe. Okay, Arrowhead is good with the holographic, even if you don't play a flush. It's still 50 chips if you play a pair, but maybe not as a rental. There's a top-up tag. Boss is 2 random cards. I think top-up tag I probably want. So We can take an arrowhead. I'm going to save my money for interest. Arrowhead, probably we don't hold on to it. Yeah, I think top-up tag here. Chance to get some kind of jokers that don't have stickers. Eternals, rentals, perishables. Maybe. Cool. Bus is great, of course. Okay, we're on the abandoned deck. We got the bus. That's great. If we didn't get the bus, if we didn't get greedy joker, if we didn't get points, you skip, you don't get points. I think we're still fine. 1,500 points with just shoot the moon and arrowhead. But now we probably can get away with selling the arrowhead. Here, maybe with the trading card, we snap off the 4 of hearts. Sure. Greedy Joker, I don't think I care too much about. Let's do this. Let's go. Now that we have the bus, maybe we start playing pairs. So maybe pair of 10s is already 500 points. I can play a pair of 9s for another 500 points. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the 2 so that I have access to a low pair. That didn't actually score too much, which is okay. So I could do a pair of 5s and then 8s, probably. So 5s are going to be low because not that many chips. But then now, pair of aces. Also, we have Greedy Joker. That's 600. Okay, so against the boss, we can't lose. We just play 4 pairs. 500 each. Do we want seed money? Usually, but maybe we can't afford it. Maybe we don't take it if we can't afford it. Do we want splash? I think splash is pretty good with the plan to we play pairs and then we can flash in a bunch of cards for extra chips. So it's like a chips joker here. I don't know if it's essential if we do that, but it could be useful to do that. I think I'm just gonna go next. Sure. I don't think I need the buffoon pack anymore if I already have bus and trading card. Let's go next. Alright, so with the bus here, I probably snap off a 5, I think is fine. We can remove more hearts. We could play 2 pair. I think I'm just gonna play just a pair of 6s. Maybe. Pair of 6s for 400. Okay, so pair of 7s without diamonds is not great, but we still have a discard left over. I might end with 3 of a kind. I might play 3 of a kind now. This is probably fine. I think we play the pair of 10s and then dig for the 9s. 14 cards in the deck. 9s or 8s. So play the pair of 10s. That's okay. So a pair of aces is definitely 600. If not, we can play 2 pair. If not, we can dig for a 9. We can dig for both 9s. Anyway. Pair of aces should be fine. Okay, next, so if pair of aces is 700 there, then in the next round, probably we need some kind of chips here, right? There's an economy tag for 40 bucks. That seems strong. If we skip, do we lose? Maybe. Okay, additional thoughts here. So probably standard pack. Let's do that. So standard pack could be a purple 5 is probably not that good if we're doing 1 discard for the trading card already. Maybe I don't want a purple 5. Could be, I guess, a steel 2 is also maybe not super important for us to do. I think purple 5, it doesn't hurt us to take it. And if it doesn't hurt us, then we should take it. Probably Celestial Pack here too. I need a Mercury card, just so that we have a little bit of momentum here. 700 times 4 is a little bit under, but now that we have more chips, now we should be fine. I could take Seltzer, and then that gives us a little bit more chips from the re-triggering. And we don't have to keep it the whole round. We can sell it, but I think after getting the pair level, we should be fine. I think I don't take the economy tag so that we can get more shops. So now that we have the pair level, I don't care about flushes as much, so maybe it makes sense to snap off the low cards, snap off a 3 here, and then play the pair of 6s, saving discards for the purple seal. Okay. So how about play the aces first? Sure. So that's 1,000. I should be able to score less than 1,000 with the 9s. I can discard the purple. Hierophant. I could go bonus 10s, maybe. I think bonus 10 sounds reasonable. So let's do that. Pair the 7s and then finish with the 10s. Okay, so that's 1,000, pair of 10s here. The boss is 6,400, so we do probably need a little bit more points. Probably we're looking for a source of chips, but with the bonus cards there, that's 2,600 instead of just 1,000. Maybe. Blocky Busky doesn't do anything. Justice is maybe not what we want to do, but if we do have the trading card, we could maybe play 4 of a kind later, and in that case you would want Justice. I'm gonna go standard pack first, looking for seals. Could be a gold 6, I think is reasonable. So let's take a gold card. Trading card takes me up to 30, so I can take a celestial pack if I want. Mercury is huge, actually. Do we want Greedy Joker? So we got 26 bucks. I can sell Greedy Joker. I can take Justice here. Or maybe I don't need Justice yet. Maybe I don't need it yet. Maybe if we have level 3 pairs, we just go next. Alright, so the last 3. Snap off the 3. That sounds good. We did get the pair level, so I'm not going to play the diamonds. I'm just going to play a pair of aces. Is 16. I can play, could be a pair of 2s, could be a pair of 9s. Let's play the pair of 9s. Does the pair of 2s win? Maybe. Maybe I want to discard first, try to get the gold card. We did get the gold card, but we also got the purple seal, so we get punished if this pair of 2s doesn't win. Oh, bummer. Alright. Play the bonus cards. That's 3,000 points. Could have had that purple seal. Oh well. Could be Todd as a source of chips is probably the safe thing to do. Probably pick up Todd here. Definitely take the Devil. Maybe Mega Standard Pack. Could be a Purple King. Probably we take a gold card, and I think the Rock is really good if we want to play pairs. So the Rock is really good with the bust. Trading card takes me up to 26. Devil takes me to 29, so I could take a Celestial Pack here if I want, so I think I will. There's another Mercury card. Alright, so we should be chilling now. Against the boss here, I think I don't even play the odd cards. We have... The cards in my deck are evens. I've got 5 8s, I've got 5 6s. Maybe it makes sense to snap off the 2s now. We get punished, of course, if we find a Wii Joker. But maybe that's fine. Maybe... Yeah, I think I snap off the 2 here. And I can play a pair of 10s. I want this to not win. Right. Pair of twos is good. Because that has no odd cards. It scores not a lot of points. Okay, that's 2,000. So my worst pair possible is 2,000. I can discard purple. And I think I want to use the devil on 6s and 8s. Maybe. There's a tower. Tower is good. Got a bunch of 9s. I can play the pair of 9s. No matter what we do, the hand wins. Maybe I go gold 9. Maybe I don't care about 4s. I could turn the 4 into a rock. Stone 4, gold 9. Maybe. And then ship it. Yay. A lot of points there on that one, because we had the rocks. 39 bucks. Could be Spaceman instead of Greedy Joker. We can level up our pairs that way. Boss says decrease level. Probably I'd take a Spaceman, I guess. Maybe with a telescope we don't need the Spaceman that bad. I think we do it. Alright, so Fool could be a devil, could be Hermie. Short term, plus 20 bucks probably is better. Take the 20 bucks. Now I feel bad about not having that seed money. Could be Hermie again. Sure. So Spaceman here. Spaceman is bad if we end up trying to play 4 of a kind. I don't know if we do want to play 4 of a kind, but maybe. Todd is going to be really good against this boss. So Greedy Joker's out. Spaceman in Telescope. Probably we buy it, but we don't have to buy it yet. We could reroll first. Could be Supernova is plus 20 on pairs. So can we get away without Todd? I think the answer is yes, because we have the stone cards. I think the stone cards make us very safe. And we can go, could be one more. I don't think I want to spend 7 bucks on a reroll. So let's just go next. Alright, I can snap off 5s. I can snap off 3s and 4s. 5s, 3s, and 4s. Let's play the aces first. Okay. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Let's go snap off the 2, I guess. And then this pair of 8s might win. Maybe the thing that we do is we discard to try to get the gold card. Do something like that. Yes. This boss is going to be really rude if we end up having to play 4 pairs. That's pretty brutal. Alright. 71 bucks. Let's go. Standard pack's looking for seals. Could be a red seal king. Probably not when we have Ride the Bus. We could strengthen it later. Turn it into an ace later. Or we could take a rock. I think what I want to do is I want to stack up the rocks and that helps me beat the boss maybe. Could be a lucky 10. I think maybe I don't believe in a lucky 10. Gold 10, yes. Lucky 10, maybe not. And then we can do a little re-rolling. Maybe world is probably not super important. We could try to maybe set up for a flush house since we have the trading card. Nah. Alright, could be an extra discard. I'm just going to go next. So 4s and 2s. Let's play a pair of 8s. Okay. I can play 10s. This doesn't win. Next one wins. Snap off the 4. Okay. I've got aces. I've got 2 gold cards is fine. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Alright, so we got 6,000 points for that one. We have a telescope. Could be a marble joker. Marble joker's interesting. If we are playing pairs, the stone cards are really powerful. And maybe marble joker instead of trading card, is that crazy? Trading card, of course, makes us more powerful long term. Marble joker makes us more powerful short term. I think it's fine. No marble joker. Let's go buffoon pack first. No popcorn here. Arcana we can reroll for tarot cards first. Could be a Mars card. Again, if we're doing the trading card, maybe 4 of a kind is what we want to do later. Maybe because of this boss, we buy it but then don't use it right away. Golden ticket, I think, is not worth the joker slot. Alright, so it could be a death card. Could be 20 bucks. So we could just take the money here. We could go death to copy the bonus 10. Bonus 10, maybe we get the 4 of a kind, and then we can beat the boss without losing all of our pair levels. That would be nice. Or maybe I just want 20 bucks. I guess I could also copy a gold card. I think I take the money and go one more. Could be a burger instead of a trading card. Long term, that seems pretty good, actually. Because we have bust, because we have supernova, we can play more hands, we can play more pairs. Against this boss, of course, we're going to try not to play too many hands. But yeah, probably that's what we want to do. Sure. If we can survive without it, I would like to survive without it. Trading card is just so powerful. Alright, let's go next. Okay, so what I want to do with the rocks, I want to try to put all the rocks together in the same hand. I would like to play only one pair. Maybe I don't have that luxury. Maybe I got to do this pair. Ow. Come on, Zeno. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. I could play a flush, is less points, but if we play a flush, it does have 50 chips. So we don't get supernova here, we get about half as many points, but at least we live. Losing the flush levels maybe not that bad. We can do 2 pair, we can do a full house. I think 2 pair is fine. Alright, getting close to the end here. I think we go... We could just play high card, I guess. Or maybe I play 2 pair. I just want to draw through my deck so I can draw my other gold cards. Whatever, it's done. Now with the Mars card. The last card we used was Hermes, so I'm not going to use Mars right away. Could be an Arcana pack, could have a Fool, could be seeing double with all these clubs. This boss says -1 hand size, there's a handy tag. Blank, we don't have to take it right away. So if I take seeing double, could be seeing double instead of supernova. Maybe that could be an upgrade. I guess supernova is already a ×2. Maybe I don't need this ×2. Seeing double is eternal, and so maybe I don't want the eternal. Seeing double is compatible with the 4 of a kind plan, if that's what we want to do. Maybe since we got rid of the trading card, we don't want to do 4 of a kind. I think I want to not pay the rental fee anymore, so let's do that. That's fine. Maybe I should look inside the standard pack first, so I would have this information. I can get more 6s. This is a holographic 6. Also, wild 6 is good with seeing double. Do I want a holographic 6? I think is maybe not super important. But maybe it's fine. Maybe we do 4 of a kind 6s is possible. Before we go Arcana, let's reroll for tarot cards. Could be The Chad would be kind of good with the stone cards and the holographic. So maybe what you want to do is you want to take a Chad instead of a burger, but then that's another Eternal. And I think I don't want another Eternal. Let's go one more. Could be Empress. Is probably not super important. Okay, so could be Justice. Probably Emperor is best. So we can try to high roll Hermit and Death maybe. Let's go. Mars is fine. We have 6s and 8s maybe with the Empress. And then Emperor. I guess I could have made some clubs there. This is definitely not very useful. World we don't care about, and maybe Blackboard I'm not super concerned about anymore. These planet cards we don't want. Let's go next. So now we're looking at... Alright, could be... Start with a pair of 7s. Okay, could be pair of aces, throwing away a rock, throwing away a 10 maybe. With the rock, that's 6,000. There's another pair of aces. Maybe I keep the 8 just in case. Okay, we could do these 8s. We can follow up with these other 8s. We don't have infinite cards in the deck. So there's some more 8s. Maybe keep the 6s. And that's it. Okay, we didn't use all of our hands, and that's fine. There's another Mars card. Buffoon pack. Don't need Grimbo here. Center pack, I guess, could be a gold seal 7. This foil 2 is pretty strong. We don't have any 2s, but maybe I can turn it into a rock. I think probably gold seal 7 is better. Take the value generator and then go next. Maybe we could reroll once, or I'm just going to save my money for the blank. Alright, here could be pair the 6s, then the 2s. Okay. Let's use Sing Double, I guess. Okay, we don't have a lot of chips. There's a 7. Okay, so I could play pair of aces. I think I throw away the 10 here. I think I keep the 8s in case I need it. 5,000 for that pair. We could do pair of 10s. 6,000 could be 5s. This is not 5 or not 10,000. Okay. Now maybe we go 7 with the rock, and then we can finish with the 8s. Okay, so there's a pair of 8s. Even without seeing double, this is fine. So my baseline pair is now 6,000, which maybe is not a lot. So maybe I want to think a little bit harder about seeing double. Alright, no photograph here. We got 40 on the bus. Could be... Telescope guarantees Mercury. Last thing we used was Mars. So let's get that Mercury card instead of the Mars card. And then before we go Arcana, we can reroll. There's a clean Chad. Maybe I don't need all of these hands. Maybe. Maybe actually what I want is Supernova instead of the Burglar. We get less hands, but this is 40 mult. That's like a ×2. Chad enables me to potentially do some glass cards if that's what we want to do. I think I still keep the burger because we can grow the bus, maybe. Could be Magician. So maybe the clubs we make into lucky cards. For seeing double, let's go next. Alright, so here we're looking at fancy 6s. We can wait. We can play the 2s first. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Alright, there's 8s. I could throw away a 6. 15,000 for that pair. Alright, so let's throttle back here. Let's play the 7s, throwing away the rock. Okay, could be pair of 7s this way. I'm really not using all my hands every round. This burger is kind of bad. Oh well. Seed money again, sure. Boss says diamonds are debuffed. Alright, so let's do this. Pick up a priestess. Let's go celestial pack. No Mars card here. So I could use priestess now. I guess I'm gonna use Mercury. Should have maybe done it in the opposite order. Anyway, seed money's okay. Standard pack, still looking for seals. Could be, that's a fancy rock. Take one of those. Go next. Alright, so I could do 5s with the fancy rock. If we do holographic with the rock, that's kind of cool. Okay, 7s without seeing double is 12,000 already. So 5s, and then we do 6s, maybe. Okay. The 6s will probably do the thing. Maybe I am not supposed to play the rock. Maybe it's fine. This is gonna be... that's a lot. Okay. So, could be a bull. Maybe the bull is not super important for us to do. Maybe, I mean, for sure this burger is not super important for us to do, but maybe the bull is not super important. I guess we can make the bull work. Let's do that. So burger out, bull in. Maybe check the buffoon pack. Could be a blue joker that's also a source of chips. Okay. Maybe something like that. In that case, let's go standard pack. Don't need any face cards. I probably don't need this 4. Let's go next. Alright, so how about 7s? And now we do have discards if we need to. Okay, 15,000 for that one. I can get times 4 if I want. Okay, so that's 30,000. I can play a pair of 10s for another 30,000. I could discard purple. We get a sun. So, alright, how about this? Pair the 10s. And I think this doesn't win, but it's close. Alright, and then we have the 6s. No more aces. So here's 6s with the rocks. There we go. Yas. 60,000 for that one. All right. So celestial pack, guaranteed Mercury, and then standard pack. Could be interested in some glass cards. Could be a gold ace. Maybe the gold ace is not super important. Maybe a 6, I would take it if it was a 6 of clubs. Maybe I don't take a 6 of diamonds. Let's go next. Diamonds are debuffed. Alright, so can't do the 5s. I don't need the 10s specifically. That's 35,000. So here's... we'll do 5s and then 9s. Maybe I'm supposed to throw away the 4s. So I can play a pair of 7s. The problem with that is I don't get seeing double, which is maybe fine for me to do. That's okay. Alright, and then the 8s with the rocks should be enough. I think I don't actually need the rocks. Okay. I should have used the sun on the purple seal. Could have got a tarot card. I can still use it on the gold here. So like this 6, that's worth $3. Oh well. There we go. Alright, 40,000 for a pair there. 56 on the bus. Death card. Could be interesting to make another fancy rock. This boss has previously played as debuffed. That is actually awkward because then if we have debuffed clubs, then we can't do seeing double. Which is probably survivable. It's just slightly annoying. Splash doesn't fit. No room. Splash is cool though with seeing double. Alright, I could use death to copy the gold seal. It's probably a waste. Probably save death for some kind of scoring card. So here I have 8s, 6s, possibly 7s, 4s, 2s, and maybe 5s I want to get rid of. I'm thinking about what I want to use death on. Let's go throw away the 6, I think. Maybe the 6 is a little bit too strong. Alright. Probably 5 of clubs we shouldn't get rid of. We can play the pair of 6s here. Maybe I'm looking for a pair that doesn't have... I guess I could put seeing double over here. Probably I play the pair of aces. I can turn a 4 into a rack instead of copying the holographic. I think the rock is fine. Here, I guess let's go pair of aces. Okay, miss out on the gold seal I think is fine. Concerned about this boss. Bloodstone, gelato, that's fine. We can look for a fool, maybe. Go one more time. Supernova, no room. Constellation, no room, I guess. Bummer. Alright. Take some Mercury cards, and I guess we could go one more. No shortcut, though. Let's go next. So here, I guess I want to not play the rocks. I don't need the 2. Could be aces. Keeping the 6, probably. Okay, so that's 30, and I can play 8s for another 30. I could play a pair of 10s here. Let's go... Sorry, the 8s are not going to be 30, right? Alright, 40. Could be the 6s here. No more aces in the deck. We have... Could be 9s. Sure. So that's 40. The 9s win. I can discard purple. Maybe discard the 8 here. Star doesn't matter. So I can play pair of 7s here. Finish with the 9s. Okay. There's the 9s. Let's not play the rocks, I guess. $70,000. All right. I don't know off the top of my head which cards are going to be debuffed by the boss, but it's going to be a lot of them, right? Okay, I'm looking for some kind of enhancement tarot cards. We can remove the boss debuff, maybe. Take a Mercury card. So, okay, no room for Madness. No room for Card Shark. No tarot cards is not good. There's a Devil. I think the Devil does the thing that I wanted to do, so we'll take that and go next. Alright, so what do we got? We have 8, 7, 2, that's it. Okay, so 8, 7, 2, that's it. I could... yeah, let's go fish. So... look for... there's 8s, but not the right 8s. Okay. I guess... play the 8s, throw away the 9. I can copy the bus here, that's a ×2. I guess that's 60,000, I guess we can't lose. So, in that case, ace we don't need. I can play the 7s. I could turn the 7 into a gold card that's worth $3. I can throw away a 6 and a 5 here. Okay. That's 60. I could do 10s and the rocks, throwing away a 6. I can copy the spaceman. Okay. We got 7s now. I guess we'll do that. Keeping the 2. Ace I don't need. 10 here, I guess. This probably wins. I can use the devil on the 7, I guess. There we go. All right. Okay. We got the boss reroll. This boss forces the card to be selected. Okay. Standard pack, probably not important at this point. Red Seal 2 is kind of interesting, but we don't have that many 2s. Arcana. Get a death card. So I don't have the shiny rocks, but I guess I could make another fancy 6. That's a pretty fancy 6. And then go next. Alright, so be aces. Probably end up discarding the rocks. Could be 7s here. No seeing double, I think I do play the rocks. Okay. 6s, let's try discarding purple. Sun we don't care about. I could do 9s, throwing away a 6, maybe. Or maybe I should do 6s, throwing away a 9. Do that. Okay, and then we can finish with 6s. So it could be these 2 6s with the polychrome. Cool. Alright, 72 on the bus. And then no room for Marble Joker. Devil doesn't really do that much. It helps for 1 round. No queen here. It could be a glass 9. We have high enough level pair. A glass card actually matters. Though we would want 9 of clubs. Maybe. So it could be a devil. And maybe not. There's a burger, which we don't have room for. And go next. Alright, so 10s, throwing away the 9. Follow up with the 6s probably. So that's 74. I can play a pair without seeing double. That's 60. There's the fancy rock. Maybe that's a little bit too much. And then I have gold seal 7. So can I get the 7s? Pair of 7s here. That's it? Alright. Okay, so Celestial Pack, we get Mercury, we can get the boss reroll. Arcana, we can reroll first. There's another Mercury card. 36. No room for Supernova. There's another Mercury card. I guess Hierophant is kind of fun. And then maybe I'm supposed to go Arcana first in case there's Hermie. We can hang him. We could make a glass card. We have a glass 9. I like the idea of a glass 6, maybe. We could make a wild card. Let's go glass 6 on the 6 of clubs. And then go next. Alright, Cerulean Bell, we for sure beat that one, so let's try again. How about Violet Vessel? Let's go next. Alright, I could do purple 5. We could do aces. We could do... I'm looking for my 6. Maybe we drop the 9 here. Try something like that. Okay, I have 5s I can play. I could discard the 5s to try to get the purple seal value, maybe. Get an Emperor. Emperor is okay. I could do bonus 6s, maybe. Star and Tower are not important. We could do these 6s. Throw away the ace and the 10. Keeping the 8. So there's some 6s. Okay. We have a glass 6. We can make... I think what I want to do is I want to play the 10s. And then I want to go fish. So here's a pair of 10s. That's 300. The 9s, let's discard. Or I guess I could play 2 pair maybe. Sure. Cool. Alright, discard the 10. This 6 we can make holographic. So here's a pair of 6s and a couple of racks. How about that? Copying, seeing double. 80 on the bus. Ship it. Not quite a one-shot there. But probably could have beaten the, what is it, the Crimson Heart? With the Joker disabled. Alright, so some thoughts here. Early on we took a skip, right? The thing that we got was we did the top-up tag, we got the bus. That's gonna be a game changer. So if you didn't skip, if you didn't get the top-up tag, you didn't get the bus, that's gonna put you pretty far behind, I would imagine. Why do we do that? Why do we take the top-up tag? Because especially early on, if we have no scoring jokers or we have like no really powerful jokers, it takes a while to find enough jokers. Find jokers that are not Eternals, find jokers that are not rentals, not perishables. And so if you go top-up tag, you just get 2 clean jokers. They're common jokers. A lot of the jokers that you want anyway are commons, like Ride the Bus or the other scalars, red card, green joker, maybe it could be a square joker, maybe it could be a money generator. There's like 5 or 6 money generators as common jokers. You get 2 jokers, so they don't both have to be good, you just need 1 good one. Even if you don't get a great joker, at least you still have 2 jokers that are non-rentals and non-perishables. And then, okay, once we have the bus, this came up another time when we were playing on the abandoned deck. Once you have the bus giving you a bunch of molt, then stone cards become very powerful. Stone cards become very useful. If we don't have a chips joker, you can use A stone card, if your let's say level 3 pair is only 50 chips, then a stone card is ×2 your score. If you do 2 stone cards at the same time, that's ×3 your score. You could do stone cards, you could do bonus cards as a way of surviving with the bus. Usually we want to spam the pairs, but then early on, if you don't have high level pairs, then you could throw in a couple flushes. You play more cards, you get more chips, or at least in theory. You play more bonus cards, you get more chips, in theory. Holographic Shoot the Moon, we take. It didn't do a whole lot in the end, right? But it gave us 10 molt when we needed it. We needed the molt in the beginning. We needed the molt to help us survive while the bus was still small. Shoot the Moon allows me to grow the bus safely, so it allows me to be greedier with the bus. It allows me to be greedier with the gold cards, maybe, because I have that safety net. Same thing kind of with the Spaceman here, so no blue seals. We did get the Telescope, but Telescope, you're not necessarily seeing a Celestial Pack every shop. Less than half the shops are going to have a Celestial Pack. We were able to get level 38. That's, I think, more than the last time when we did have a blue seal. This is higher level because of that Spaceman. We did have the Burglar. We did have the blueprint to copy the Spaceman, of course. But let's say you didn't know that was coming. You didn't know that was going to happen. I think it's still worth it to take the Spaceman for that scaling, for that chips. If we say, okay, the Spaceman gives me at least 15 levels. 15 levels, that's 200 chips. So that's the same as picking up a Stuntman, right? And then, of course, you know, there's possibilities for these synergies. So like in general, for like a gold stake run, a build that I would suggest is, okay, you have some kind of early stabilizer, and it's okay if it's Eternal. So Eternal Abstract Joker, Eternal Mystic Summit, Eternal Holographic. You have some value generator, so it could be Eternal Trading Card I would do, maybe Eternal Golden Joker I would do, Eternal Space Joker, that's fine. I'm thinking of it as a value generator, but also in this particular run, the type of value that it gave us was, it was scaling chips. So this is my chips Joker, this is my square Joker, this is my bus, this is my X molt. Not necessarily a lot of X molt, but just ×2 is enough. Of course, with Blueprint being able to copy, seeing double, then you're going to be a lot safer, you're going to be a lot more relaxed. But even without that, we are still fine on scoring. Probably it was just this, the difference, getting the bus, as opposed to not getting the bus. Take care, everyone.